I've been enjoying the one that TB and Jesse did. Not because of their particularly excellent playing, but just because of their they really seem to have very good chemistry together.
Yeah. Well, that can be as good to watch as anything, can't it? When they're fun, although I find it frustrating when people don't really know what they're doing or anything like, you know. You not bring a minecart?
Yeah, I've got one here.
Oh, is that? If not, then there's probably speed potions in the booth there.
Oh yeah, I've got one.
Actually, I don't know why I'm heading this way. We could head to your place if you want to do your stuff with your glass or whatever.
What glass?
Oh well, all the sand we harvested.
What
Didn't want to
sand?
turn it. What?
I'm beginning to worry about you, Maya. First you're seeing non-existent cubes, now you're thinking we harvested a bunch of sand? I'm not really sure.
I just harvested everything in here, really. Oh look, all pumpkins and melons have grown again, though, really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort of like make it into a proper place, but
Yeah, I hadn't seen you, I didn't notice when I was out here that you'd roofed this over.
oh yeah, that was the first thing I did, roof that, because I got sick of the rain. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it doesn't stop it. You can still hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not further enough away from it to stop you hearing it, but
Well, you're gonna... Yeah, unless you raise that roof another chunk or so, you're always gonna hear it, so...
yeah, I think it's 16 blocks, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I had to turn my sound down occasionally. In fact, I better check to see what it's on right now. Yeah, about 20%. That I don't mind. I had the little white noise of the rain in the background, but I can still hear everything else going on.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I really like what you've done. I really like the entryway coming out of the the nether room as well.
Well, I've not really put any thought into it. I just sort of like built. But the only thing I've actually put a bit of thought into, I recently changed the pictures frames here into steps instead of blocks, because it needs to look a bit nicer with the step thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like the lights, and I'm hiding pumpkins and everything behind all the paintings, so that's where how I'm lighting it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see the little orange behind them now.
Yeah.
Cool. And that works okay.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
The light passes through and everything.
They don't stop the light, yeah.
I so wanted to leave a sign on the wall when I was out here the other going, and somebody was sleeping in my bed.
That's my wardrobe.
I know, I saw that. It was awesome. So nicely done there.
Well, you can do it with chests, but I don't know, it just looks better with shelves than chests. I thought with this thing I might make the path go all the way around to the back of the storage rooms, so you know you can got a couple of ways to go to it.
Sure. Plus it'll be set up for whenever you add the next part of the storage room onto the back.
Oh, that's it, yeah. I finally got around to moving the water, so we didn't have to jump over the water every time we come in.
Ah, that's changed too. Yeah, I knew there was something.
It's a water closet now.
Knew there was something different. Not having to jump anymore.
Oh, this is roofed
really
as well.
Like that.
If you need to get outside, just go through the wall here. Yeah, it took it took all my supply of sand really to roof this in to glaze it, and most of my blaze rods. So I've been spending some time in the blaze spawner to get the rods back.
Mm-hmm.
But now it sounds like they're not going. From what you guys were saying, they're not going to nerf them now, are they not?
Well, I know that's what they've said. He said he's not going to be nerfing XP.
All right.
Now, I didn't find anything anywhere where they were talking about nerfing the drops. Good lord at all the creepers.
Yep, I'm gonna get some XP.
That's insane in there.
Yeah, it works quite well in here now when it gets going.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely fixed whatever problem you were having.
Well, I still get all those slimes still turning up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to put it down a bit, but there's still one-hit kills.
So are you eventually going to roof this one as well?
Yeah, I'm going to put a roof on here. Yeah. In fact, I'll go and get some brick and I'll be doing that now while you're doing this.
Wow, it's just insane how quickly you get points.
Oh yeah.
And that's just how quickly you get points. I mean, I was already at like level 7. That's just from wandering around doing stuff.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it?
It is nice. I mean, it is nice that you can do that, you know. You know, it is capable of getting that kind of leveling and stuff doing, you know, if you're not into building a giant monster grinder and stuff.
Yeah.
I do like
exactly.
that they've made it so that you can get, you know, you have a fair chance of getting those higher level things legitimately.
Yeah.
Because
being a miner is a great thing, because that's what I always said, like, you know, the game was set up for those who liked running off doing, you know, fighting monsters and everything, whereas now you can get it if you are somebody who just likes to mine.
I saw that, ooh, I thought you were a skeleton up there. Don't know why, but I caught you at the corner of my eye and it was like, ah!
I look kind of skeletonish, do I?
I think it was just the head moving on top of that block. I saw a head moving on a bunch of white. And it's the first thing that popped in my head.
Oops.
Yeah. A little too close when I was trying to grab that bunch of crap there. Alright, let's see, where do I need to put the torches back?
Just in the middle, opposite the door.
Yeah. Do you have any on the other side or just this side?
Both sides, because the pumpkins provide it, you know, the light safe for everywhere else, but just not there because they're too far away from the door. And I couldn't put pumpkins near it, otherwise otherwise it wouldn't be you know, it did blow up.
Sure, yeah.
Have you changed the dynamic map as well? Because I noticed that the torches aren't showing up on it now. Because when I looked at it before, you used to be able to see.
Yeah, you'd have the little yellow dots of the torches. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I need to look into that.
Doesn't matter. I'm just curious. Just saw it. That was all.
Oh, that must be stuff you're dropping.
What's that?
A couple of things of like a couple of steps and some stone brick. And
Yeah, I've just knocked it all down. Yeah.
yeah, because I'm sitting here going, how the hell did that explosion knock those off? Way over here.
So is Java something you've played with before or anything?
Very briefly. Very briefly. I mean, my second major when I was in college was programming.
Ah.
But that was back in the days, I mean, literally long enough ago that my first programming class was on punch cards.
Wow.
So, yeah. So it's like, you know, I've worked in, you know, Fortran and Pascal and that kind of stuff is what we did in college. And then, in fact, Pascal was the hot language then.
And you remember it all?
I remember the basics, and I remember the techniques. You know, I remember how to write good code, not spaghetti code, that kind of stuff. But then I played around with C++ some, just a little bit, not a whole lot. And that was, you know, a number of years ago when I was doing that. But okay, iron shovel, got a number of iron swords here. But yeah, it has been a little while since I played around with any kind of stuff like that, but I did always really enjoy it. So I think it would definitely be fun to give it a go.
Well, I have to wonder, you know, how wonderful it would be if you could do things like that, you know, and you could just add a little mod yourself, just make it the way you want it, you know.
And I always loved modding in. I did modding in Neverwinter Nights. I never did any of the deep, complex stuff that a lot of people did. I mean, I remember downloading some mods to look at, some of the scripting that people had done. And one guy had created a mod where he created a bar or a tavern that you went into. Yeah. And like you went and sat at a table, and whenever you went and sat at the table, a waitress would come out of the back, and she would, you know, an NPC waitress would come out of the back, and she'd walk over and ask and take your order, give you a list of things, and would take your order, and then she would go in the back, and then a little while later she would come back out again, and when you gave her the money, she would give you, you know, whatever drink or food it was that you had requested, that kind of stuff. I mean, people have really done some amazing scripting in it. I didn't do anything nearly that complex, but I had really enjoyed playing around with it. And I also did some modding in Oblivion when it first came out. You know, I played around with the modding scripts a bit in it as well, so I've always enjoyed doing that kind of thing. I've just never had... You had an iron block in here, didn't you? Haven't you?
Yeah, it's behind you. Right behind you. Next to yours.
Next to mine, yeah. Yeah. The one that I set mine right underneath, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be spawning them quite well then, does it, at the moment?
Yeah, they are just raining down. So yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to get into. You know, even if I never really...
Interesting. I don't know about fun, but interesting. But yeah, if you could I mean, just tweak the code to make it so it just does the normal cave gen. Oh wow. Because it was so nice to explore that cave the other day, back at spawn.
Yeah, that was fun. Really was. thought at times. It has been tempting to use whatever that de-evolution site, one that will basically backtrack your jar file back to the earlier versions.
Yeah.
I still think that as far as a lot of things like caves, things like sandy beaches and all that, I do think 173 was my favorite. A lot of people, even then you had people complaining because they were like, oh, you don't get the epic terrain we got in alpha, if you remember that stuff.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know. Yeah, you did get some really unique looking strange structures and floating islands and that kind of stuff, but you got it all the time. So it was kind of hard to call it epic when you've seen, there's our latest, giant glitched out cave which made several arches and with 3 or 4 floating islands on top of it. But I loved the beaches and stuff like that you would get.
They were really nice the way they lined the oceans and everything.
Oh, okay. Sitting here going, why are they dropping cobblestone? I'm confused.
Well, I just wanted to pop inside and have a look, so I waited until you'd killed off the last skelly, then I peered in quickly.
Food check.
Good, thank you.
Forgotten how much running around here hitting things builds up an appetite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit better rather than being cobbled, isn't it? I mean, brick.
I have actually finally started working on some textures.
Have you?
Yeah, that's another thing, we've talked about forever that I wanted to get into. And
you're actually drawing your own, are you?
Yeah. Only done a couple so far, and I haven't added them into a jar file or anything yet. But yeah, started working on that.
I was just thinking about it before, of maybe moving back to my old texture pack, but I don't know. You've kind of got me into the old dirty style of bricks rather than.
Well, mine looks pretty dirty, that's for sure. It's gonna continue along that. Like I said, I'm using John Smith. The old John Smith pack that I used.
Yeah.
I'm using him and Ovo's Rustic, which is what I'm actually using right now. And Glimmar's Steampunk as inspiration.
Yeah.
And yeah, all three of them have that rusty, worn out, down and dingy look to them. So that's not going to change any. But I'm working on some interesting stuff for like the armor pieces and that kind of thing.
And what are you doing? Are you modding stuff that's there, or are you completely drawing from anew?
The armor at the moment, I'm just modifying what's already there.
Yeah, that's the way I think I have to do it.
Yeah, add my own little personal touches and all. They're a little bit the armor skins and the especially the player skins are a little bit more complex than what I want to spend a lot of time working on right at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing a few little modifications to them. Won't be in this video, but hopefully it'll be in maybe some stuff after that.